But at the same point we are saying, no, we are intelligent enough again. We can work with this.
Yeah.
But it takes us to recognize that the earth is primary and humans are secondary. They're a byproduct, you could say, but we're a very intelligent byproduct. But if the earth does not become our sole focus to maintain, then evolution will take its course.
Yeah. So in all these things that happen in Finnhorn, crafts, arts, an eco-village, sustainable development, co-creation, working with the divas in a garden, growing foods, giving workshops, having guests as famous as Neil Donald Walsh or Eckhart Tolle. Is there something like a formula that can sum up Finnhorn in a few words? Because it seems to go in every directions, and at the same time, once somebody from outside like me is in here, it seems that there is one thing that connects all these things together, but I still can't find the word.
But that's, you could say, a change in consciousness that is trying to take place in humanity, where we are. We are trying to grasp what it means to be holistic, to be part of a whole system, and that I am vitally important in that system, and all my actions are. But together, we can make the system stronger and more resilient, or we can make it weaker. But most humans are still seeing themselves through a singular identity, the ego, the I. You know, in all spiritual teachings, all shamanic traditions, the ego has to die at some point. There has to be a sense of something bigger than you. You know, and one of the things, and people ask me, well, what happened? Well, why did you leave Australia? And in the beginning I didn't know, but then I was searching for what I call meaning. And again, David Bohm is very good at this. Meaning is the thing. I'm looking for something that brings it together. There is like an explicate order, a very big thing. And there's an implicate order, a very small thing, you could say, the physicals, well. And in the middle there is meaning. And that comes alive in me and you. So that meaning becomes this holistic vision of integration. And not exclusion, even though people will exclude themselves. You know, from a fundamentalist perspective, people would say we are like they even would say we are the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Because we are not believing in whatever or Muhammad or Christ or whatever you want to say it is. We are saying they're the same thing. Christ and Muhammad are the same, they're brothers, you know, so is Buddha, you know. But then so are all the beautiful and wonderful spiritual women. You know? And the whole spiritual thing doesn't just become a masculine focus or a feminine focus, it's a holistic focus. Mother and father are one. Yeah.
So, if I naively try to sum this up, could it be the connection between a self and God through spirituality and meditation as a practice, for example, and connection between people through a community life, and connection through nature and the spirits of nature, through like a spiritual way of gardening? Is this connection and probably ultimately unity that can be the focus of Finnhorn?
It's a unity, and also there is a diversity. And this is what we keep forgetting all the time. We keep trying to bring it back to a singularity, when actually it's a multiplicity. Ultimately, you know, the void, emptiness, or wherever existence springs forth from, that's just so big and vast and empty. You know, from a Buddhist perspective, and from my perspective, the void, emptiness, is sort of like an ultimate state. But you have to become conscious. You have to be somehow we have to incarnate into where we are. And then you are searching all the time for that singular state. But at the moment and at the time, you are experiencing an incredible, diverse, rich, abundant complexity. You know, if you to use the term God, God, whatever it is, cannot perceive itself. It's so vast, it's so big. It has no gender, it has nothing. And if anything, if that thing, that vast, intelligent thing, or whatever it is, it's trying to realize itself in a sense through us. Because we see it, we touch it, we work with it, we are in it, so we are in that body. But by you awakening, you awaken everything.